Hey, greetings. Queen Nzinga. Now, Queen Nzinga is one of the most powerful women that has ever ruled and reigned on earth. As a matter of fact, she was one of the most powerful military leaders in Africa. And she was born on, they don't really know what year she was born, but it was around 1581. Not sure which month, but December 17th, 1663 is the year she died. Now, her name Nzinga comes from the fact that an umbilical cord was wrapped around her neck when she was born, so she almost died, while her mother was giving birth to her, which showed that she was going to be a great woman of strength, and that her life was going to have some struggles within her life. Now, it was prophesied to her when she was a very young girl that she was going to become a queen, even though they lived in a patriarchal society, which means that the men were going to be, the rulers after the father dies and the son takes over. But in the matriarchal societies, which was very prevalent in ancient Kemet and throughout ancient Akabuland. Akabuland is the original name of Africa before they changed the name after a Roman emperor named Africanus. Now, Queen Nzinga, she had two sisters and a brother. Now, the brother was a little more soft. Now, Queen Nzinga, growing up, her name is Anna Nzinga. She was the father's favorite. Now, the father, she went on hunting trips with him. She went on even military meetings, sitting at his feet, sitting next to her father and listening to the debates or her father's strategies. Now, she took heed to these things, which became very useful when she became older. Now, her brother, once the father died, he became king. Now, Angola means king. Now, the Portuguese, the way the country got its name changed, the original name was Nandungo. Now, the Portuguese changed it due to the fact that they thought that Angola, which means king, was the name of the country, and so they kind of stuck with it. Just like many other countries within Cable Land, the names changed because, being colonized by the European powers, or whichever continent wanted to take over and pillage the motherland, they changed the name. Like, as I mentioned, Africanus, the whole continent of Africa was changed. But also, the homie, which is known as today in Nigeria, was also changed. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. Even, Congo, that name was changed as well. But back to Mrs. Nzinga. Now, her brother was selling the her people, the Africans, to the Portuguese, and she wouldn't have no part of that. That really vexed her. It vexed her to the point, and on top of that, he killed her son, which was more fuel to the fire. So she ended up killing her brother, and she became the ruler, which a lot of people respected and loved her growing up as a child. Even her father's generals respected her because she was one of the, she's a great hunter. You don't expect that kind of prowess from a female like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, she was, off the chain, so to speak. Just like many other females these days, they have that warrior spirit. That's that warrior Angola Queen of Nzinga spirit in them. Now, with the Portuguese, what I find very interesting is that she was able to come up with some treaties to help stop the exportation of her people. Now, I'm not sure she knew that this was going on throughout the continent, but I'm quite sure that being a woman of her intellect, that she got word that, look, these Europeans, whether it's from France, Belgium, Portugal, Spain, you name it, the Americas, they're coming here. These white folks, these white-skinned people are coming here, enslaving our people. Now, Portuguese, I must mention this, Portuguese was the number one exporter of Africans, other than the Dutch and a few other countries. But they actually imported into Brazil an estimated 5 million Africans. As a matter of fact, Brazil is the number one African population outside of Africa. So just in case you guys didn't know that. Now, you can imagine how many people being enslaved. Now, only 1 out of 19 Africans made the voyage. during the Atlantic slave trade that was going on from the 1500s to 1800s. As a matter of fact, the Portuguese were doing this for a very long time, nearly 300 years, without any kind of retribution, without no kind of regard for life, complete disregard for human life and human rights. So Queen Nzinga fought very hard, roughly about 30 years, 3 decades. She fought very hard and long against the Portuguese. As a matter of fact, when she came to have a meeting with them once, they didn't respect her at all. One, she's a woman. These people had no kind of respect for women. They didn't understand the ancient high culture civilization ways of honoring your woman, honoring, respecting, revering women. As a matter of fact, the whole idea of a woman being a ruler was completely unreal or out the box to them. They didn't know about the Queen Hatshepsut. They didn't know about Queen Aset. They didn't know about Queen Candace of Queen of Nubia. They didn't know about Queen Sheba, of also a queen of Ethiopia, the land of Cush. So if you hear ever someone talking about the Cushite kings or the Cushite queens or the Nubian queens and kings talking about Ethiopia, as a matter of fact, the whole region of northeast Africa was once upon a time all of Ethiopia, all of Cush. The whole land was Cush. Now, Queen Nzinga takes part down there, southern Africa, the region. As a matter of fact, she wasn't only the queen of Ndungo, she was also the queen of Matumbo. Now, she went to this tribe here to join forces because she was actually exiled out of the land of Ndungo. You know what I'm saying? So she went there and to form an alliance with the chief there. She even married the chief so that she can get a stronger army, more people, more army, greater chance of victory. So that's how seriously took it. And also, I want to mention that another great military strategy. See, what's a great military strategist? Let's get this correct, y'all. There's many reasons why she's featured in Seven Types of Queens, King's Desire. I put her in my book for not just because of her strategies, but also for her love for her people, which we're going to need that for today. She created the first alliance with a European country ever in history. The first alliance with a European country to fight against another European country. You know what I'm saying? So she formed an alliance with the Dutch. This took place around 1641, 1642. Now, Queen Nzinga being the queen of two countries, you know what I'm saying? A queen of two countries. This makes her one of the most, if not the most critical women of all time. She was definitely someone that we all should remember, respect, and honor. Now, I placed her in Seven Types of Queens, King's Desire in the book because women need to understand that, you have a warrior spirit. We all have some sort of warrior spirit in us. You know what I'm saying? There's different spirits. This world is filled with good spirits and bad spirits. But what made Queen Nzinga very special was the fact that she was able to not only defeat the Portuguese for 30 years successfully, but she was also able to inspire women and men around the world. You know what I'm saying? People held her in great regard. And I'm surprised. It wasn't until I was 34 years old that I first heard about Queen Nzinga in a book that I read called Destruction of Black Civilization, written by, I want to say, Williams, either John Henry Clark or Williams. You all know which one of these authors wrote the book. I always get those two confused, but I didn't get confused, is this book here, Queen Nzinga, the warrior queen of Matumba, the other country that she ended up ruling. And you see they have a picture in here with a bow and arrows back, because she was great at hunting. She was one of the best. As a matter of fact, many people want her to be king, to be the king Angola, to be the Angola of the country, because she was a great hunter. She was smart. She was intelligent. And as a matter of fact, if I didn't mention this earlier, when she was at the meeting, they refused to give her a seat at the meeting. when she met with the Portuguese, one of the treaties that she made with them that gave them peace for some years until they broke it. That's why she ended up in Matumba. But so what one of her soldiers did, he got on the ground, sat on all four of his, sat on all four, on his knees and his hands, and let her sit on his back so she can discuss things with him to show the Portuguese two things. One, you're going to respect me, and two, I'm not a simp. I am a queen, and I demand respect. It's just one thing many women today need to demand their respect. We need our women, our queens of today, to understand their powers, to understand that the feminine energy is a very, very vital and powerful thing. And men like me who have visions, who have ideas and goals, we need women like you, ladies who are watching this video, to step up to the plate and get back to the throne. The whole reason why this book is written to get women back to the throne. And yes, I am going to have other projects and lectures going on around the world and around the country. I'm in the United States, by the way. But I do reach out to all my sisters and brothers out there, all colors and cultures. I definitely love my black, African, beautiful, melanated skinned sisters. But this book, it just isn't about African women. It's about all women. We need our women to get back to the throne. Not as boss bitches, you know what I'm saying? Not as hoes or thoughts, but as queens, ladies, empresses that you are. Don't believe the hype what the media is teaching you. That you have far more to offer than your booty shots, all these pictures with your butt and your breasts and all of that. Yes, you're fine. God made women perfect. You're perfect. You don't need all the cosmetics. But we do need you all to step back up as the warrior queens, or as the cooking queens, as the spiritual queens, as the queens of faith, as the sexy queens. We need all these things back to get the family and homes back the way they were. It's not going to happen overnight. I know it's going to take a process. But the reason why I wrote this book is because I truly believe that our queens are the best in the world. You know what I'm saying? Not just the American queens, but the queens of Africa. I mean, if the women in Africa understood their history, but they say that the African diaspora is waiting on the men and women, the black men and women in America to lead the African diaspora. I truly believe that it's going to take our black women in America to turn it all around. We need our queens back. We need to bring that love energy back into the home, back to the dinner table. Get back to the kitchen healing laboratory, like Queen Afua always says. We need to see that, there's the divine energy, that divinity that women possess. I mean, you got to utilize that, because you don't, the world is showing you that you ain't nothing but a thought or just a piece of meat for a man to come in and run through and pass to another dude. It has to be an end to all of that. We need to stop that now. We need to stop that today. And I pray that my book, 7 Queens, 7 Kings, well, that's my website, 7queens7kings.com, where you can get the book. But I just hope that, 7 Types of Queens, King Desire, is going to be something that's going to change the world, that's going to allow me to have a voice. And I just thank God for the opportunity to rewrite history, because I know a lot of women don't know that women were once the rulers of the world, because we live in a patriarchal society. And the only reason why this many societies turn from a matriarchal society, especially in Al-Qaeda land, which is today's Africa, was because the wars, the constant wars and battles, especially in Kemet and in Egypt, ancient Egypt, which is, where the original name was Kemet. All those battles, the men had to come up and step up and fight to protect. Now, a man gets his energy from a woman. You know what I'm saying? So he gets his energy from a woman so he can defend and protect her and the community. Now, we have all our men in prison. Well, who's protecting the community? Who's protecting the home? You know what I'm saying? It's just the woman by herself, when it's not made or was ever meant to be like that. We should be co-regents as we once were. And I pray we get back to that. Thank you for watching this video. Queen Nzinga, I'm glad I found out about her. She inspired me so much. Her spirit runs in through me and through every man and woman in this world who believe that they are of ancient descent. And I truly do believe that I am. And I'm just here another lifetime in the future doing this thing. God bless y'all. Love y'all. Peace.